In 2006, NASA launched the New Horizons spacecraft to explore Pluto, which at the time was considered the 9th planet of the solar system. The goal was to uncover the secrets of that mysterious dwarf planet, spinning billions of kilometers away from the sun in icy silence. After a long journey lasting 9 years, it reached Pluto in 2015 and made history. But here's the interesting part. The data it sent is still being analyzed, and these data reveal that Pluto is not as calm as we thought. Some scientists even say it could be a living planet. But how is that possible? Talking about motion on an icy planet sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? I know, it sounds absurd. With its famous heart-shaped surface, Pluto is actually a cold but charming ice world. There is plenty of frozen nitrogen and carbon monoxide on its surface. But something else may be happening in its deeper layers. It has long been known as the largest and most striking object of the Kuiper Belt. However, when other objects of similar size to Pluto were discovered in the same belt in the 1990s, astronomers started to say, wait a minute, are we really calling this a planet? And in 2006, the International Astronomical Union changed Pluto's status to dwarf planet. But this decision could not overshadow Pluto's mysterious and fascinating nature, because the images sent by New Horizons showed something never seen on any planet before. Massive, rugged, icy volcanoes without craters. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real. Normally, when you look at a planetary surface, especially in places full of asteroids like the Kuiper Belt, you expect to see craters. But in these volcanic regions, there are almost no craters, and that is very strange. Also, there are no signs here of plate movements like those that form mountains on Earth. So what formed these mountains, hills, and surface wrinkles? The answer? Probably recently, meaning recently on a cosmic scale. About 2 billion years ago, a series of cryovolcanic, that is, ice erupting, explosions occurred. Among these volcanic structures, 2 giants in particular stand out: Right Mons and Picard Mons. Right Mons is almost 150 kilometers wide and 5 kilometers high, and in its center, there is a giant depression 50 kilometers across. Picard Mons reaches about 7 kilometers in height, and its diameter reaches 225 kilometers. Considering that Pluto's diameter is only about 1/6 of Earth's, the size of these 2 volcanoes is truly enormous. In fact, in terms of volume, they rival the giant Mauna Loa volcano on Earth. These structures are located on the left side of Pluto's iconic heart-shaped region. They lie southwest of a giant ice plain called Sputnik Planitia. According to the images, the surface here looks as if it is covered with layered ice, with wrinkles and bulges formed on top. Researchers think these shapes formed by icy materials emerging from multiple eruption points piling on top of each other. And note this, the type of ice on the surface is not nitrogen or methane. It is directly water ice. This suggests that the movement here is serious and sourced from deep within. But here the situation becomes somewhat mysterious, because an active volcano requires a heat source. On Earth, this usually forms from the decay of radioactive elements beneath the crust. In some places, like Jupiter's moon Io, strong tidal effects come into play. So which one exists on Pluto? The answer? None. Neither the mass of neighboring planets is sufficient, nor the amount of radioactive material inside can produce the necessary heat. So where does this heat come from? The most plausible explanation from scientists is this. In Pluto's depths, there is still heat left over from when it formed. Yes, the outside is icy, but the inside may not have completely cooled yet, and this internal heat may have created a liquid subsurface ocean beneath the thick ice shell. just like on Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus. This hidden ocean may be feeding those giant ice volcanoes on the surface, and Pluto may literally be standing on top of a frozen volcanic field. But don't forget this: New Horizons passed by Pluto for only one day, so we don't know whether these giant ice volcanoes are still active or already extinct. If they are still active, it could be strong evidence that liquid water still exists inside. And yes, you guessed right. It may also open a window to the possibility of life. Think about it. So far in space, on no planet or moon has such large and widespread cryovolcanoes been seen over such a large area. Pluto managed to be the first in this regard as well. It may be cold, but it is definitely not dead. And maybe that small frozen dot you are looking at right now through a telescope or on a computer screen actually hides an ocean carrying life inside. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Xverse Revolution is still very new, and with your support, it can defeat the algorithm and grow in a short time. See you in the next video.